there are several things that you need to know about EB1 and EB2 that will inform your decision whether you should go for the EB1 or EB2. And based on several questions that I've seen that people have asked me, people have thrown that question at me, what is different between EB1 and EB2, and what are the things that are common about them? And you need to know what is common about them. You need to understand differences between them before you can make an informed decision about whether you should go for EB1 or EB2. So today I'll be spending my time to talk about the 7 common things about EB1 and also EB2. And if you pay attention to that, then at the end of the video, I will also be telling you my next step, right? And if you can combine this video together and what I'm about to share with you, right, then you are able to make an informed decision about what you should go for, whether you should go for the EB1 or EB2. So let's just right straight into the conversation. Number one thing that is common to EB1 and EB2 is this, right? Both of them lead to the 10-year US green card. So whether you go for EB1 here or you go for Eb2-NIW, right? Both of them land you exactly on the same US green card. It's just like maybe I'm going from one city to another one. You are within a country and one somebody decide to fly, right, which make it faster, and the other person decide to take maybe a train, right, that will also get there. So both of them land you at the same destination, right? They both land you on the 10-year US green card. Now, the second thing that is common to Eb1A and Eb2-NIW is that both of them don't require job offer, and both of them don't require US sponsorship. So which means that you don't need any job offer from anybody. You don't need anybody to sponsor you. You don't need to go through the labor certification, which is a very rigorous process today that many people go through today before they can get maybe like a job offer from any US employer. That is the second thing that you need to keep in mind that is common to EB1A and EB2-NIW. Now, number 3, right, that you must keep in mind that is common to both of them is that based on USCI standard, you do not need a lawyer, you do not need a consultant, you can self-petition by yourself. So several people come to me today, even in my community, and they think that it is mandatory that you have to use a lawyer to submit your petition for you, or they think it's mandatory for you to use a consultant to say petition for you. No, the need of a lawyer, the need of a consultant is to increase your hold, right? So you can self-petition, you can get an approval, you can use a consultant, you can use a lawyer, you can still get a denial, right? So for both of them today, you do not need a lawyer, you don't need a consultant, you can self-petition by yourself. Keep that in mind, right? So do not be misinformed. The use of experts is to improve your probability of success. Now I go to number 4. Number 4 common thing between EB1A and EB2-NIW is that both of them covers you and your family. None of them is superior to each other. So if you get endorsed, if you get approved on EB1A or you get approved on EB2-NIW, right, both of them cover yourself, cover your spouse, cover your children, and they move with you immediately. So there is no time lag, right, for EB2-NIW, right, for your family to move with you. As long as you are applying together, both of you are moving together. And if you're in the United States, for example, both of you also go through the adjustment of status together. So there's nothing like you as the main sponsor, you have to move first before your family also join you. So there's no superiority, right, about how both of them affect your family today. That is number 4 that you must keep in mind. Now, the number 5 is that as much as EB1 is a more superior today, right, compared, and the standard also is higher today compared to EB2-NIW, the cost for both of them is actually the same. For example, the I-140 fees for EB1A and EB2-NIW is the same, $715. The fees you pay, which is now an introduced fee, which is called the asylum fees that you pay today, is $300 for both of them, right? And the third one is, which is optional, that's why we call it optional, premium processing that you pay today is $2,805. These are the 3 costs that you pay today. If anybody want to ask me, how much do I need to pay for whether I'm going for EB1 or EB2, the cost is there, right? These are the 3 costs that you pay. Remember, the third one there is actually optional. Most people try to go for it, but it's not compulsory, depend on how fast you want your response. Number 6, right, is that both Eb2 and Eb1A, right, they have no tie to any specific employer. That is one thing that is common to both of them. However, keep one thing in mind. People asking this question all the time. Because one of the intent is that the United States, which is through the USCIS, want you to advance the cost of the endeavor. They also want you to continue in the field in which you are applying for. So for Eb1A and Eb2-NIW, it is required that you continue in your field of endeavor, right? And I just want to recommend that to you very strongly, because when you get to that point where you want to apply for your citizenship, these questions might actually be asked, right? But the question is that why don't you really want to continue in your field of endeavor, right? In the real sense of it. So Eb2 and Eb1A, both of them, yeah, you have no tie to any specific employer. You can change employers as much as you want. You can even be an entrepreneur in your field of endeavor. There's no restriction to you to change your employer as much as possible, but you need to stay within the field of your endeavor. The final one is that before now, right, the premium processing is not applicable for both Eb1A and Eb2-NIW. But based on the recent update last year, both of them, you can actually apply premium processing to them. The premium processing today takes between 10 days and 45 days, yeah, for them to approve the first stage of your petition, right? Remember, there are 2 stages to this application. There's a part where you submit your petition that gets approved. There's also a stage where you go for your green card. The premium processing today affects the part where you submit your petition and you get an approval today. Now, remember, these are the 7 common things between Eb1A and Eb2-NIW. Both of them lead to 10 years green card. You don't need job offer. You don't need sponsorship. You don't need to go through labor certification. Number 3, you don't need to use a lawyer. You don't need to use a consultant. You can by yourself self-petition. The use of expert is just to increase your hold of approval, because most of the experts, most of the lawyers, they have more experience, right, than you. They've seen many failed cases. They've seen many successful cases, so they have more experience than you. Number 4, it covers you and your family. Number 5, the cost is the same for both Eb1A and Eb2. Number 6 is that there's no tie to any specific employer. Number 7 is premium processing is applicable to both of them. These 7 things are the most common thing between Eb1A and Eb2-NIW. I want you to now watch out for the differences between Eb1A and Eb2-NIW. If you don't know these differences, you might actually go for the wrong one, yeah? So wait for the next video where I'm going to be sharing with you differences between Eb1A and Eb2-NIW. If you combine these 2 videos together, between what is common to them and what are the differences between both of them, then you can now make an informed decision, right, about your process. Lastly, I want to tell you this, yeah? Please click that like button, click that subscribe button, click that bell so that you can get more information from us. And if you want to email us, right, our email is here, right, which is usgreencard@peoplearm.io. If you drop us an email through this, if you need our support to support you in your petitioning, we provide services on that. And we have a thriving community. This community today has close to 1,000 people, right, where you get to ask your question and you get an answer free of charge. Just type this on your mobile phone browser. Then you are going to see options. Then you will see our US Green Card community. Join that community. It's a thriving community today where people are taking a lot of insight from what we share within that community. This video you are watching now is one of the things that the community also benefit from. Then you can get to also ask your personal questions free of charge. My name, once again, is Ola Diamonds. I'm the strategist. Until I see you again, remember, watch out for part 2, right? When I talk about the differences between both of them, yeah? Please, if you want to apply, just apply now, because election is around the corner. Nobody knows what's going to happen. Don't get scared. Also, don't relax. If you want to apply now, you're ready to apply, please apply right away, because the election will swing the Eb1 or Eb2. We don't know whether to swing it to the positive side or the negative side. But don't delay, right? That's just what I want to tell you, right? So guys, have a lovely day. Yeah, bye.